DTI fam, what's good, baby? Back at it again. Another week of nothing but positivity and insights on how you can work on your mental and physical health by focusing on the things that are important in life. Starting off the new year, I knew that I needed to lose a couple of pounds because I kind of let myself go in the sense of like just giving myself free will into eating and drinking whatever the hell I wanted to. And I noticed that I was getting a little puffy. In the face. And so I was like, you know what? It's time to refocus, recalibrate going into the new year. But I want to let you guys know that when you take on losing weight, it is a daunting challenge. Most people, I would say, when they want to lose weight, it's something substantial, 20, 30, 40 pounds, sometimes even more than that. For instance, we got a couple clients that are going for like 60 to 100 pound weight loss this year, which is awesome. And it's motivating and it's encouraging to see. But I can tell you from experience working with people that it is a very scary, very daunting, and very unknown route. And so today we are going to talk about the fundamental things that are important when it comes to weight loss. And one of the first things that come to mind is it is not about the overall number. The overall number is the expectations and the standard that you set for yourself on what you deem you want to lose, what you deem will be the right number in order to reach this point of confidence, of happiness, of feeling better, limiting fatigue, limiting exhaustion, limiting all of the things that come when you are overweight. You will gain the confidence looking in the mirror of being happy and proud of yourself. You will gain the confidence in the clothes that you're wearing. You'll gain the confidence in doing other things, because when we don't feel comfortable in our own skin, it affects every single area of our life. Our confidence, our motivation, our drive, our discipline, our consistency. And it really encompasses everything as a whole. And it can so much go as far as affecting your job, your relationship, because again, when you're not happy with yourself, you can't really be happy with everything else in life. And so we've had a few clients that we've worked with where we hit that 100 goal mark. Sorry, my thing is still fucking broken, so this is shifting around. But we've had a few clients that have hit that 100 mark of losing weight. We've had clients that have lost 20 pounds. We have had clients lose 50 pounds. And so I am talking based off of that experience of who we have helped. If you guys don't know, DTI is formulated around building healthier, happier habits to create, let me rephrase that. We're helping people transition their life through the habits they have in place to live a happier, healthier lifestyle and reach and achieve their dreams, goals, and aspirations that they have. And so these are the fundamental 5 things that I want you to focus on when it comes to weight loss. First thing I want is for you to paint a picture of what you think you want to lose. 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever it is, so that way you can be confident, that way you can be comfortable, that way you can be excited to be who you are as a person. And so set that big picture, step back from that big picture, and then do these 4 things in order to see that weight loss. See, most people think that when it comes to weight loss, you have to be in the gym constantly and you have to do all of this work. But I will tell you that if you try to go from 0 to 100, you will never achieve the things that you want to. You will never achieve or see that weight loss that you want to, because exhaustion is going to kick in, fatigue is going to kick in. You won't see the results as fast as you want to. And so distraction and confidence will lack, because again, you're going after something so big. So once you paint that picture, focus on the little goal. 5 pounds at a time, whatever it is, 10 pounds at a time. Focus on those things so that way you can see that tangible progress. That way you can see something to measure the success of it. And so if you're going for 5 pounds at a time, it's a lot easier to see that 5 pounds and then be like, all right, cool, let's get the next 5. Let's get the next 5. Let's get the next 5. And understand that each one of those pounds, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes consistency and discipline in order to see those come true. And in order to see those come true, you have to understand what you're going after. Now we know what the big goal is, and now we know what the little goal is. So now what's important to focus on is consistency and discipline. I'm going to lump those together, because if you do the things every single day, you will see the progress that you want to see. You will see the results that you want to see, because you're focusing on the right things and you're not focusing on the big things. And so what that allows you to do is subconsciously understand that, hey, I got that first 5 pounds. You can get excited. You can build that confidence. You can get that understanding of like, all right, if I do what I was doing, then I'll see that next 5 and I'll see that next 5. So it's not as daunting and it's not as scary because, again, you're able to see these progress metrics as you're going through this journey, as it's happening. So it's like little wins, little trophies. That's what you want, is the little wins in life in order to see the big picture come true. And so what we talk about all the time at DTI is building that foundation. The foundation is those daily habits that you have in place in order to see the results that you want, to make your dreams, goals, and aspirations come true. So keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. So consistency and discipline. Whatever you say that you're going to do each and every day, do those things to see the results. Because as you start seeing the results, you're naturally going to want to do more. You're naturally going to want to be more. You're naturally going to want to do these things that will then expedite this process to reach that overall goal. So discipline and consistency are top, because every single time you slip up, that's your fault. And that's what's holding you back from reaching this overall goal of losing 100 pounds. The next thing, focus on your steps. If you currently are not in the gym, if you currently are not focusing on the activity that you're doing, if you're not doing these things, do not think that you have to start from 1,200 steps a day to 10,000. Don't think that you have to start from not going into the gym to going into the gym every single day. So what's important is, again, those daily wins, because those daily wins will compound. When you win the days, you win the weeks. When you win the weeks, you start winning the months. When you start winning the months, you win the year. You make that dream picture come true. And then once you start winning the years, you're taking over life. You're gaining that confidence in yourself. You're going after the next thing and the next thing, because you're proving to yourself that you can do it and stick to it based off of the discipline and consistency that you have. So number 1, discipline and consistency. Number 2, focus on those movements. Focus on those steps. Again, most of us wear Garmin Apple Watches. If you currently wear one of these devices, I highly suggest you look back at the data to see what your average step count is every single day and what it's been for the last 3 months, 6 months, a year. So that way that sets the baseline. And if you're currently walking right now 3,200 steps a day, do not try and go from 3,200 to 10,000. Start small so you can build that consistency, you can build that discipline, you can start getting wins every day to build that confidence back up. Be proud of yourself. Understand that it's a journey and it takes time. This ain't Amazon. It ain't gonna come in 2 days, baby. It took a long time for you to get to where you are right now. It's gonna take a long time to get where you wanna go. And so if you have 3,200 steps a day that you're walking, increase that by like 10 or 15% in the beginning. That will incorporate 1, maybe 2 intentional walks in your day that you weren't currently doing. Once you master that, do another 10 to 15%. Once you master that, do another 10 to 15%. Remember that weight loss is a journey. It is not something that will come overnight. But the more you move, the more calories you're burning, the more that you're starting to feel better. You're soaking in God's medicine. You're breathing in the fresh air. You're getting sunlight in your eyes. You're doing something intentional in order to see the results that you want. So that's number 2. Get daily movement in. Do intentional walks to build up to 10 to 15,000 steps a day. I know it sounds like a lot, but some people need that because they don't like going to the gym or they don't like jumping on a bike. So those 10 to 15,000 steps, those might substitute time that you might spend in the gym or something like that. So focus on the steps, getting those up to a minimum of 10,000 steps a day. So that way, again, over a course of a week, 70,000 steps. You're now getting probably 20 to 40,000 more steps in a week because you're putting those intentional walks in there slowly and surely. Now, the next thing that we want you to do, or that I suggest that you do, get some sort of resistance training in. The gym can seem scary. It can seem daunting. It's a place that a lot of people don't like, especially when they're not comfortable in their own skin. And so when I say get some sort of resistance training in, that doesn't mean go to the gym. And that doesn't mean if you're not going to the gym now to go to the gym 5, 6, 7 days a week. That is not what it means. Resistance training can be done at work. It can be done at your house. It can be done in a park. It can be done in multiple different areas throughout your day, whatever it fits. because you can get bands. You can use body weight to start. It doesn't have to be lifting weights. But what you have to do is start increasing your muscle strength, because that will play a factor in your metabolism. And when you have more muscle, you naturally start burning more calories. And so whatever that resistance training looks like, resistance bands at home, body weight exercises, do those in the beginning. Start with 1 a week if you're not doing any right now. And then once you master that and it becomes a habit that's a non-negotiable and it's consistent and you're disciplined with it, then go to the next thing. And that next thing could be 2 days a week, 3 days a week for at-home workouts. And the next thing you know, you got this movement that you're doing, you got the consistency and discipline, now you got the workouts, so you start naturally feeling better, and you're like, man, I want more of this, I feel great, I'm not fatigued in the day, I'm not eating junk food as much, I'm not this, I'm not that. And now you can focus on the overall thing of just building and growing on that foundation that you built. That's why I'm saying focus on the small habits in the beginning, because those are critical in the foundation to set those as non-negotiables, to make sure you check those off every day so you're winning the day, to win the weeks, to win the months, and then to win the year. Now, once you master those things, the consistency, the discipline, the steps, and the gym, whatever that looks like, at home or at a physical gym, now you can go into nutrition. And this is where a lot of people mess up, because most people consider it a diet. Stop looking at it like it's a fucking diet and start realizing that, no, this is how I have to treat my body. This is how I have to fuel my body to have more energy, to see the results I want, to understand that what I am consuming is giving out the energy and the way I feel and the way I act and where I've gotten versus where I want to be. Because your habits right now are a very, very clear representation of the habits you have in your lifestyle today and why you are where you are right now versus where you want to be. And so you have to reprogram your mind. You have to reprogram your body to be like, no, I need to do these things because I know that I've been off track. I know that my train hasn't been on the rails in a long time, and I need to get that back on it. So focusing on that nutrition in the beginning, where it's eliminating the stuff that you know deep down you shouldn't eat. Now, I won't go into nutrition because that's a whole different ballgame, and that's a whole spider web that could unfold to major things. But nutrition is going to be key. And the one thing I want you to focus on is stop fucking eating processed food. Stop going out to eat and eating fast food. Stop eating the shit that you know is bad. And you'll start seeing results when you pair it to the steps, when you pair it to the workouts, and now you're eating good and fueling your body right. Focus on consuming protein in the beginning and then changing things directly. If you have any questions about this topic that I'm talking about, reach out to us, comment, hit us up in the DM so that way we can help you. We have a community called The Inspired where we train people, bring them in so that way they can reach their dreams, goals, and aspirations through the habits that we help them instill in their life. So that's 4 things that I talked about. And the last thing and the most important thing is fucking have fun with it, people. Stop putting so much stress on it. Again, it took you X amount of years to get you to this point, and you finally want that change. Now understand it's going to take a long time to see that change. But the more discipline and the more consistency you have on creating that foundation of what you can build and grow upon will play such a key instrumental role in seeing the success that you want. And if you focus on these 5 things, I promise you, your confidence will increase. You'll start loving the person in the mirror. You'll see the traction and progress. It'll make you hungrier to make you want to do more. But if you go from 0 to 100, you're going to burn out. I've seen it plenty of times. Every single client of ours that has not bought into the concept that we talk about doing little things every single day has ended up leaving our program, and they either look or still act or have regressed even more in their journey of losing weight, of feeling better physically and mentally, because they're not focusing on the right things and they try and do everything at once, burn out, stop doing it, and then it just sets them back even further. So if you want to take control of your life, do it today by implementing habits into your lifestyle to see the results you want, to build and grow upon those, so that way you can go after those dreams, goals, and aspirations that you have in life and be happy with the person you are and be happy with the person that you're becoming. Again, if you need any help or if you want to join a community, reach out to us, let us know, because we're here to help you. But focus on those 5 things in order to see the weight loss that you want to see in life. It may seem simple, it may seem easy. Other people might have different strategies, but I promise you this one works. And if it resonates with you, let me know. Hit that subscribe button, follow the DTI journey. Hopefully you come and join the community, because we want people like you that are going after the life they want to create, and they're not going to stop until they get there. Much love. Have the desire to inspire. That's all I got for y'all today. It's on.